Potterpuffs, welcome back to my channel. I'm finally doing a video that I intended on doing probably last year now, my wand collection. I have built up quite a lot of wands. Only one of them's official, and I thought today we would go through them all, look at my favourites. I'm going to do my top 5, my least favourites. I don't know how many I've got actually, let me just count. Lost count. I've got 14. That's a lot for somebody who wasn't a wand collector. I think I've maybe given away maybe 2, which are out of subscription boxes. Now, subscription boxes are literally such a good place to get amazing wand replicas. I'm going to talk about what I do like about them and what I don't, and which boxes I got them from. Some of them are from Geek, some of them are from the Wizardry box, some are from Gobstone Alley. I have to say that, even though we don't support them any longer, because that is where they're from. And a couple that I've had from independent companies, and one I've bought. If you are new around here, don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notifications bell so that you don't miss any of my future content. I do Harry Potter and lifestyle videos, so just click that subscribe button. I've been putting a few of my wands on Instagram a lot lately. You can follow me on Instagram as well. I will put a link down below, and there should be some kind of button on my YouTube. First of all, we're going to look at some of my very favourite ones. Usually YouTubers wait till the end to put their favourite ones, but I'm just going to mix it up and do it at the beginning because why not? Let's get the video off to a good start. My first wand is one of my favourites. There were a few wands on Instagram that gained a lot of attention. First one being, you saw this in a video recently, my pink lunar wand. Now, the Wizardry box custom made it for me, and I am very happy with the result because it is a perfect pink which matches the Spectra specs. Can we see that? It's a beautiful rounded tip. It's exactly the same as the replica that they gave away in the February box, but it's the pink version. Nobody has the pink wand, apart from the Hufflepuff Queen. Potentially someone does out there must be someone with one. But it's the most colourful, beautiful, happy kind of colour. And if I was in the wizarding world, which I am, I would totally have this wand. I love it. But this wand is just honestly perfect for photographs. It's going to feature in way too many. But you guys can't get enough of it. I can't get enough of it, and the fact it's a flower on the end just excites me more. So this top 5 isn't in any particular order because I don't really feel I have a favourite out of these 5. I like them all for different reasons. Wand 2 is a very old school Hufflepuff Queen wand. Now this was made for me by Witch Wand in 2017 when I just started my Harry Potter Instagram account. So they offered, I think this was the first thing I was sent as an influencer. They asked me what type of wand I wanted and I created it, I drew it out, and the shell at the end is because I loved Queenies so much. So they created me a kind of rustic wand inspired by Queenie. I asked for a H for Hufflepuff Queen and some beads and shells because I love the beach. I'm going there in 2 days and I'm so excited. By the time this video comes out, I'll probably have been back for 2 weeks. But either way, I love the beach, and this wand has featured in so many. I keep saying it's featured in photos. All of my wands keep getting featured in photos, but this one especially has been used in a lot over the years. It's time for wand 3, and I don't know which one to choose. Actually, this is my first wand. So the wand I just showed you, which is a custom wand, was not my first one. My very first one was with my Geek Gear box, which I got in August 2017 when I had just started to become the Hufflepuff Queen again, and I wanted, after watching the Bakies videos, a Geek Gear box. They literally looked like the best thing since sliced bread. They're still very cool, but honestly at the time I'd only just started collecting again and I was so excited. This is Snape's. Look at the detailing on Snape's wand. I'm really hoping that it's focused because I've had some issues. We often get some technical issues because of the fact we do this all on a budget, but last video it wasn't focusing properly and that really annoyed me. It's never been a problem before, but recently it's been a problem. I'm not sure. So I'm hoping that when I'm holding the wand here, you can actually see all the details. I normally hold it this close, so I don't know why it's an issue. And this is one of my favourite replicas. The reason being, Snape is a great character. It's black, most wands are brown, so it's different, and we like different on this channel. At the end, the only thing I don't like is the fact it's a rounded tip. Now I'm not going to keep going on about this because every single video I seem to do where I get a wand or talk about a wand, I mention this. I don't like flat tips. I need to say it in this video as well. They're meant to be pointy wands, so when they just round them off and chop them like that, it's not aesthetically pleasing to me. If I'm holding a wand up for a photo and it's got a rounded tip, it just doesn't look quite right. I really want to round them all off, but I don't think I'm going to. It's really not the end of the world, it's a first world problem. But despite those factors, this wand is one of my very favourites. It's a great character, great design, and the first one I had in my collection. Number 4 is this amazing, beautiful Queenie wand. How long have I wanted a Queenie wand for? Too long. I have so many times almost bought it. It's just something that's so pretty to look at, and whenever I see it, I just want it because it's so decorative. I don't like anything boring in my life. I like things to stand out. I'm artistic, so when I see this, I just think, this is a beautiful wand and I need it. I also love Queenie as a character. She let me down in Crimes of Grindelwald, but I still really, really rate her. It's got the gold detailing here. The pearlescent design that the Wizardry box has created is on point. It's obviously not the same as the official one. I think they use actual shell for that, or plasticky looking shell. But this one is just as good in my eyes. I've never been so excited, I don't think, to receive a wand in a subscription box as this one, apart from the Lunar Pink wand. Now the final wand in my top 5 is my official wand. It's crooked, it's Scorpius Malfoy's. This was the first one I took the plunge with. It cost me $32.99. That's a lot of money to spend on a wand and a piece of, are they plastic or wood? I think they're wood. But gorgeous, I love this. Scorpius was my favourite character in The Cursed Child, and I knew that I wanted to get this wand when I went. I think this is the wand from The Cursed Child that everyone wants because it's the most distinctive. It's got SC on the end for Scorpius. Don't you just love that? And then it's got like etchings, so it's like he's got bored in lessons and just decided to like do tally charts on his wand. Why would anyone do that? And then we have got some kind of, it looks like he's gone round his wand with felt tip as well. Why would anyone do that? So potentially he's a bit of a Ron Weasley. His wand has had a bit of a battering over the years. This is the only wand that has a box. I keep it in this box on my shelf. All of the others may have come in some like made boxes, but this is the only official one, so it's kept very pristine. It says 19 years later on this side. It says the 8th story. It says Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. And then inside we have got even a protective piece of paper to make sure that it doesn't get damaged. A lot of thought has been given to this wand. Okay, so we've done the top 5. Let's just do the worst now and then we'll get to the middle. I haven't actually chosen my worst ones because that's very negative and I don't like to be negative. So I'm going to just choose my least favourite now and we'll go through them and why I think they are the worst, but they're not really that bad. They're all lovely. Some tough decisions have just been made. I was ruthless there, picking my least favourite 5, but here we go. We've done it now, the decision's been made, and this is going to shock you guys. Fred and George are in my least favourite wands. Now, I'm not judging characters here, am I? I am judging wands and pieces of wood, and I don't like these pieces of wood as much as some of the others that I have featured on this channel. Let's just think about this for a second. It's the most impractical wand you could ever use. Who is going to find this comfortable? It's not comfortable, it's very flat, and I don't like the colour that much. It's not a horrible wand. I wouldn't have kept it if I didn't like it, but I'm more keeping this one because of the fact I love the character and less because I like the wand. I feel that potentially if I had the official version of this, I would like it a lot more. I don't think this is the best replica. I think this is a Geek Gear one, I can't remember now. It's clever, it's unique, but it's not to my taste. It looks like a weird tree or a pine cone, and I'm just not feeling it. We then have George's, and George's isn't well painted. Out of all of the replica ones I've got, this is probably the worst paint job that I've seen. We've got colour that's kind of mishmashing together. You know, from far away, it looks good. But again, not a fan of the colour here. I don't like the colour scheme. But I understand that because they are Fred and George, they want very different wands that are quite quirky, weird and funny. And we've got that. I love the Weasleys, okay? So don't start rumours that I'm not a massive Weasley fan, because I love them. But Ron's is also in my least favourite wands. I recently did give away my Weasley wand with sellotape on it, because that's just a bit, it's not the greatest. But this one is Ron's Prisoner of Azkaban wand, I believe. And it's good. It's just brown, it's got a handle, there's nothing wrong with it. To me, it's just a bit too simple. So we're quite fussy apparently, because I dislike too quirky and I also dislike too simple. So far I'm not really digging any of the Weasley wands that I have in my collection. And the thing is, Potterpuffs, I wouldn't have kept these ones if I didn't truly like them. They're perfect for photos, so I definitely want them all in my collection. But just if I was choosing a wand, they're not the ones for me. Now the last two I actually really like, but I had to choose 5 of my least favourite. So they weren't as favourite as some other ones. Here is Madame Pomfrey's. Now how many people even know whose wand this is? When you look at it, I had no idea when I got this in the Wizardry box. It's a really good replica. She has a very plain wand. Madame Pomfrey has a very simple wand, as you may imagine, because all she needs it to do is to heal people. She doesn't need anything fancy. She needs to use it a lot of the time, so she's not really thinking that she wants anything too flamboyant. And that's what we've got right here. I think it's perfect, it's comfortable to hold. I would be happy using this every day for 24 hours a day of medical magic, but it's clearly not as exciting as some of the others. Now this final least favourite wand actually shocks me to my very core, because I love it. So I don't know why it's in there, but I just couldn't choose any of the others. So here's the Elder Wand. This was from Gobstone Alley, this one, and when I got it I was very, very, very excited to receive it, because the Elder Wand, as we all know, is the queen and king of all wands in all of the magical world, but it's not quite the right colour. A lot of people did talk about this, because if you see the official one, it does look nothing like this. The general design is very distinctive of the Elder Wand, so anyone who made a replica, if they get the bobbles and they get the end right, then you can tell it's the Elder Wand. But at the same time, you've got a much thinner version, which is the one you could get from the studio tour. It's brown, not grey, not sure what happened there. And the bobbles are a lot more, well, they're actually round. It has a very different kind of look about it. It doesn't look like any of the other wands in my collection. And because it's the Elder Wand, I just love it straight away. The holes are a bit weird. It does just seem like somebody is just kind of, which they probably did do, stab it as they made it with like a pencil, which is like the most fun thing to do with blue tack when you're in school. It's distressed, it's different, but it's probably the worst kind of Elder Wand replica you could probably get. However, it's definitely staying in my collection because I love it. How weird is that? I hate to love it, I do. Now we have the 4 just in the middle, I love them ones, which are not in my top 5. How disorganised does this sound? Okay, so we have Newts. Now I did have 2 Newt replica wands and I kept this one. It was a tough decision. I had the Wizardry box, which is this one, and I also had one from Geek, which I'd had for maybe a couple of years before. Both of them were outstanding replicas. Both of them were slightly different. My Geek one was lighter, and I can't remember now which is closer to the one Newt had in the films, but it was not as nicely made, and they were both good, but I just felt that this was my favourite one, so I ended up keeping this one. And that's the end of that story. How boring was that story? We've got the brown design at the top, fades into blue, and then we've got this caramelly colour towards the bottom, which looks like chocolate. So I love Newt, and I do love his wand. We have the original Luna wand. The only reason this isn't probably in my top 5 is because I've got this one. Both of them are really, really nice. They're exactly the same, bar the tip, and the design is, yeah, they are identical. It's purely just the fact that we have a brown colour for this one, pink for this one. There seems to be like a flower petal thing going on in this one. It's again very elegant and classy, even though Luna's probably not very elegant and classy. The wand is. What a collection I've got. I'm very happy with my wand collection nowadays. I have Sirius Blacks. Sirius Blacks is one of my favourite. This one came from Geek quite a long time ago. It's got carvings all over it. It's got a really beautiful feel to it and has so much detail. It's very thin, it's the thinnest of all my wands. And I don't think you would believe this belonged to Sirius Black if you didn't know it. It just doesn't seem like his style. Last but not least, we have Hermione's. Now this was the first wand I got from the Wizardry box. Their wands have come on leaps and bounds since then. This one seemed to be lacquered in a way where it stuck a bit to the tube when I got it in the post, so it's got a little white mark there. It's the longest of all the wands in my collection. I don't know if in real life Hermione's wand is that long. I don't think it is. But to be honest, all of these being unofficial replicas, I'm not sure any of them are probably the right length other than Scorpius's, but that doesn't matter to me. This one is really nice. I've used it in a lot of photos and it is one that I would pose for an Instagram post with. It's totally what Hermione would have, which she does. She has this wand. And that's why I think so many people subscribe to these subscription boxes, because sometimes products can be questionable. Most of the time, because I'm quite easy to please, I absolutely love them. But there are certain things I see and I'm like, But when you open up a wand, it just makes the whole box worthwhile, because you know that those things cost a lot of money. They don't actually perform real magic, but they cost a lot of money. So it's worthwhile getting subscription boxes half of the time to get some of these amazing types of replicas. I hope you've enjoyed seeing my wand collection. I actually really enjoyed doing that video. I know I sound surprised about that. I enjoy doing them all, but this has been one of my favourites to film because I just feel I needed to do this for so long, and I've enjoyed sharing my opinions on all of the different types that we've got in front of us. I've got so many more videos to come. Let's stop saying that at the end of every video, but at least I'm not saying that I don't have any ideas, because that would be a bit rubbish. Lots more to come on this channel, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye!